You know what it is, black and snerdy, black and snerdy, black and snerdy, black and snerdy.
You know who it is, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy.
Ode, Maurice,
Maurice, Sody.
black and snerdy, black and snerdy.
Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy.
Hey, oh.
Yes, Mo?
Are you ready?
Let's go!
Black and snerdy, black and snerdy, black and snerdy, black and snerdy. It's the Black and Snerdy podcast with Ode and Maurice.
Hello, party people.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wednesday edition of Black and Snerdy podcast. I, of course, am Maurice, aka Kid Licorish.
And I'm Odie.
Yes, and we are here back for another Wednesday review of a piece of media. Hold on. There we go.
Watch out now.
Watch out now. That's right, it's Watch Out Wednesdays. The day in which me and Odie review a piece of media that we just watched or listened to. Today is gonna be a little bit different. It's
Do you want to know why?
because it's very nostalgic.
No.
Why?
It's Morphin time.
Okay. Yes, it is indeed Morphin time because we are reviewing the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always Netflix special.
Once and always, the 30-year reunion, which is really...
It's a semi-reunion.
Well, semi-reunion. Well, I mean, some of them...
Yes,
have
obviously,
RP'd.
it's a... How about a spiritual reunion?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's crazy, though, that this show came out in 1993.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it from the very beginning.
Same
and just
here.
being so... I was the yellow. Well, I was the Yellow Ranger because Shanae picked the Pink Ranger because the Pink Ranger was... No. I was the Pink Ranger because Shanae picked the Yellow Ranger because the Yellow Ranger was originally the black girl, wasn't she?
No.
Who was the original black girl?
The original black girl wasn't until, like, the second season when they became ninjas.
Oh, well then
And
what color was she?
She was
She's either pink
yellow.
or yellow. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
she
that's
was
why I
yellow.
was the yellow one. But I remember I wanted to be the pink one so bad because I
Yeah.
wanted to be pink and of course I wanted to be the black girl.
The original lineup was Jason as the Red Ranger, Billy as the Blue Ranger, Zach as the Black Ranger, Kimberly as the Pink Ranger, and
Amy Jo?
and
Amy
Trini?
Jo. Well,
Was it Trini?
is Amy Jo, was she, because she's in the original one. Trini
Trini,
was
yeah.
the Yellow Ranger.
She was the Yellow
and
Ranger.
Amy Jo was the Pink Ranger.
Yeah. I'm just going by the character names. I don't know.
I don't know
all of
their
the
actor names
yeah.
either. Sorry. But I feel like
Okay, that was weird. Not gonna pay attention to
I
that.
don't know what that was, but
I have no idea.
it's summertime almost. So Kimberly was also the Pink Ranger.
Yes, Kimberly was the Pink Ranger. Yeah, yeah, that's what I said. Kimberly was originally the Pink Ranger.
She was She was never yellow.
No, she was
switched
never
to
yellow. Yeah, Trini was the yellow.
She was
Ranger.
Trini. Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So the people who weren't in this one are Amy Jo, the original Pink Ranger. Hi, Mom.
Hello there.
And then
We're reviewing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always.
Once and Always. And then the original Red Ranger, was his name? Was his name James in the show or John?
Jason in the show.
Jason.
Yes.
Yeah, he was not. He also wasn't in it. And then of course, what's her name? The Yellow Ranger Trini. She died a few years. Oh man, more than a few years ago. It's been maybe 20 years.
Yeah, it was a car accident.
Yeah,
I believe that
and then
the actress passed away.
Unfortunately, he was the Green Ranger. He was the White Ranger. Tommy.
Yes.
He unfortunately passed away last year, which I think we talked about on the podcast.
Yeah. Was it last year or earlier this year?
Oh, I don't know. It was either mid 2002 or it was 2023.
Yeah.
Or it's 2002, 2022 or 2023. But he passed away, and so they did in this one, the way that they talked or incorporated their absences. Well, one, they never said the Green Ranger was dead in this movie.
No, they so essentially the plot is at the very beginning of the film, like all of the Rangers are together fighting mechanized
Robot Rita.
Rita
Repulsa.
Yet another actor from the original who has passed away. The actress who plays Rita Repulsa died of pancreatic cancer.
Oh.
I want to say
cancer.
2006. Yeah.
You can't hear.
You can't hear us.
Are the speakers on?
The speakers are on. Like, I can hear us coming through the speaker. Are you, like...
Turn your volume on.
Turn it up?
No, hers.
What do you mean? I don't know how to turn her volume up.
You turn
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got to turn... Yeah, you got to turn your volume up. I don't know what to tell you. We're coming in loud and clear on our end. So they have a mechanized Rita Repulsa. I don't know who they got to play her voice, but they did a really good job.
Yeah, she did a great job.
Yeah, I would have thought that it was the same person, but they're at the beginning they're fighting mechanized robot Rita, and unfortunately the character of the Yellow Ranger is sacrifices herself in order to save the Blue Ranger.
She jumps in front of a killing spell.
Yes, and so it is up to the Black Ranger and Blue Ranger, Billy and Zach, to inform her next of kin.
Her daughter,
Mihn, yes. And
I liked how they incorporated her daughter in the show.
yeah, I really do. Like the daughter ends up becoming like the next Yellow Ranger, but like there's this whole she goes on this whole arc about how like it should be about like fighting, injustice as opposed to fighting for revenge. And they sidelined the red, green, and pink Ranger in this thing. I think it was pretty well done how they figured out how to work around
Tommy's death.
Yeah, Tommy's death, as well as the absence of the original red and pink Ranger.
Yeah, because basically Rita has these, what is it, snorkel or sleeve or whatever. She has Snizzard and
Minotaur.
Minotaur, yeah. The monsters in this show,
they're ridiculous.
They are always the most ridiculous things. But you could definitely, to me, like looking back on it, you could see the the Asian influence. I feel like they very much were taking cues from like Asian TV shows.
Well, yeah. Initially, the footage that was used, the fighting footage, was from Japanese television.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
That's initially what it was, and then all the American scenes was from like what they filled in the blanks for.
Oh.
So like that's why like if ever like even though the show is based in California, when they're out of their costumes, they're fighting like in the city or inside the Angel Grove juice bar. But when they're in their costumes, for some reason they're always fighting in like a desert or a desert place. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that.
That's
cool. But I always felt
Super Sentai. That was the name of the show.
It always, when I was younger, I used to always feel like this show is not how like our shows usually look, which I think added to me. I just felt like, well, I guess thinking back on it now, I would have just been like, oh, it was very campy.
Yeah.
Which I think it was fine. Like that's what made the show the show.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved that different type of style because you don't really see shows that are like this here.
This brings up a really good question. This is gonna sound ghoulish, but on your gravestone, do you want your children's name on your gravestone? Because on here they do a zoom in shot of Trini Kwan's gravestone, and it says "Mother to Mihn, friend to all" or something.
I feel like I don't know if I would want people's names on my gravestone because I wouldn't want to write their name in a cemetery before it's their time.
Yeah, that feels like a bad omen.
Yeah, like it's like you write down your affirmations. I don't want to write down anything and then like let's just say beloved mother.
Yes.
Like beloved wife.
Yes.
And
I want mine to be as short as possible because my last name is already long. Mm-hmm. Relatively long. So I would just want it to save, because I think they charge by the letter. So if it could just be Molix. 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 And it could just be done that way. You okay?
My stomach's hurting.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry that's happening. Hopefully it passes. Okay. If you need a minute, we can take a minute. Like, it's
we're just going to be
just one of those days. Like, it is what it is, you know?
Feeling hot.
I will we could, I think I have some ibuprofen.
I guess. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
I was feeling so good. I feel like the thing I ate earlier is not helping anymore.
Yeah. Well.
And now my uterus is attacking me. So.
They be doing that.
They do.
They
I think it's unfair that your body punishes you for not being pregnant. That's what's happening. It's punishing me.
That is what's happening.
Because I'm not pregnant. But then on the flip side, if I was pregnant,
the baby
it would be
punishing you.
Yeah, so it's a double-edged sword.
Just using your body as like a jacuzzi.
And punching you and kicking you.
Up on your,
and having
organs,
hiccups.
Sliding around.
Just being terrible and sucking off the nutrients from your body. Yeah. So you might lose your teeth if you're not careful.
You have a lot of those. Idiosyncrasies about pregnancy that I've never heard of.
Well, there's a lot of things that your body does.
I think from you, what I've heard is your teeth can fall off, your nipples can fall off.
And burn.
Yeah. These are things that I have never heard of.
You lose your hair.
Your hair follicles drop out.
I mean, there's tens of thousands of terrible things that can happen to a person's body.
Now, what I did not do is I did not look up to see what happened with Zordon. Because Zordon wasn't in this.
No, he's not. But apparently, he sacrificed himself. It must have been in one of the later Power Ranger shows.
Yeah.
He sacrificed himself for the Power Rangers. And that's how... And so... The Rita Repulsa comes back because Billy, that's Billy the Blue Ranger.
Billy is the Blue Ranger. Yes.
Billy is trying to search through the different dimensions and universes, etc., and find him. And Billy and his assistant Alpha 5.
Yes.
Are looking,
or Alpha 8, I guess.
Alpha 8, okay, yeah. They're looking through the dark web or whatever. And they find this energy. They think it might be Zordon. They call it through, and unfortunately, it's Rita Repulsa.
And then that also explains why she's a robot in this one, because she inhabits Alpha 8's body. Mm-hmm. So she ends up becoming a mechanized version of Rita Repulsa. Look, the canon in the lore of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers has always been strange. Can we at least call that what it is? But okay, yeah. But it's always been strange, but also simplified, because this is a show essentially targeted towards children and their parents. So it only makes sense that would be the case, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as story is concerned, let's call a spade a spade. The acting in this is exactly what you would think it is.
Exactly. Has not deviated
it's
from
not
1993.
Winning any awards. They're not gonna... The acting and the writing are simplified.
Yes.
For the most part. But it's straightforward storytelling, Rita and her minions, the putties. The putties. The putties are back.
The putties are back in town.
They're doing it. I used to love making the putty noise.
It's such a ridiculous noise.
Yeah. It used to be fun. They're back, and they're trying to shrink all the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in order to siphon that energy, in order to funnel into a time machine so that Rita can go back to when she first landed on the moon and reunite with herself. And so it's up to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to assemble replacement red and pink and yellow Rangers so that they could stop Rita Repulsa.
Yes.
Is that a good enough summary?
That's a good summary. She turns the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers into little toys.
Yes.
Into little action.
Basically, yeah.
And she's draining their energy. But now, I feel like we never got a much more detailed story about what happens to the Power Rangers that she was collecting. Because it's like, of course, when she tricked the Power Rangers into morphing by sending the putties out around the world.
Yes.
So that means they had to activate the Power Rangers around the world. But we didn't I wish we would have gotten to see all the
various Power Rangers.
Yeah.
There are many different specials of Power Rangers that do like the return of older Rangers or collecting all the Rangers together. Like there's one that's like Forever Red where it's like all of the classic, like all of the Red Rangers who have ever been Red Rangers come together to fight some sort of menace. The fact that Power Rangers is still going on to this very day, is still incredible to me. Like I haven't kept up with any of it, but like I think the last iteration of Power Rangers that I watched was like Lost Galaxy.
What was that?
That had to be early 2000s.
I know my little brother used to also like to watch the Power Rangers, so like, but he's 10 years younger than me, so you can imagine like the ones he was getting, and I used to watch it sometimes and just be like, I can't believe that I used to watch these. My godson religiously
liked Power Rangers for a brief spell, but I think he moved on to wrestling, which is awesome. But I haven't kept up with all of the various Power Rangers.
I found a list of all of the Power Rangers that were taken when Rita Repulsa stole them.
Okay, so
would you like me to read them?
Yes, I want you to list them off.
Okay, Jason, the Red Ranger.
The Red Ranger was taken.
Tommy, the Green Ranger.
Yes.
The Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger.
Yes.
Then we had Ravi, Beast Morphers Blue Ranger. Now, I didn't watch it when he was there.
I think he's a relatively new season.
Beef Morphers was in 2019.
Beast
so,
Morphers.
What did I say?
You said Beef Morphers.
Sorry, I'm hungry.
Yeah. I could tell.
Carlos, the Space Black Ranger, and Carlos is not a black person. So that's that. They moved away from that narrative.
Yeah, they long since moved away from like the Black Ranger being a Black Ranger and the
Yellow Ranger being Asian.
Yeah,
and the rest of them could just be white.
Yes,
we don't have any names for them.
I forget. I think it was Turbo. He was the first Black Ranger. Was the team lead. He was the Red Ranger.
Yeah,
I forget his name, but I did it as a Black History fact when I used to do stand-up. I would just do, like, each time I would get up, it was like, here's a Black History fact. This person, Jaleel White, played the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog.
He did?
Yes, he did, in the original Saturday morning cartoon.
Wow, good for you, Jaleel.
Yeah, and it would just be, like, all these Black nerdy facts. Like,
I love that.
Like, LL Cool J was the first Black man to survive a horror movie, or something.
But it wasn't LL Cool J, it was Ice Cube, because he survived Anaconda.
Deep
Blue Sea.
Blue Sea came out before Anaconda.
It did?
I think so.
I thought Anaconda came out in like 97 and Deep Blue Sea came out in like 88 or 98 or 99. But
yeah, we can always check
later.
This could be a conversation that we could look up later. Yeah.
Yes. But then so Ashley, the Space Yellow Ranger, Merrick, the Wild Force Lunar Wolf Ranger.
Oof, yeah, these Rangers are obscure. Devin.
Devin was a black man for the Beast Morphers Red Ranger.
Yes.
Nate, Beast Morphers Gold Ranger. Don't know what color he is.
He looks gold.
He's gold, but I mean, we don't see his face.
And then, of course,
Kai, Lost Galaxy Blue Ranger.
That was the
Asian.
last one that oh, man. Yeah. They should have brought back...
Look at this bald black man.
Yeah, Damon. They collected a lot of black people.
Damon, the Lost Galaxy Green Ranger. I wonder if they made these black Rangers dance before they started fighting.
Okay, yeah. So let's get into it.
But we have 5 more. Leo, the Lost Galaxy Red Ranger. Connor, the Dino Thunder Red Ranger. Trent, the Dino Thunder White Ranger, and Tanya, the Zeo Yellow Ranger. Oh, Tanya, I do remember her.
Yes, Zeo. Zeo's
Yes.
the one that you were talking about. That the Zeo Rangers were.
Yeah,
I
remember her.
I think they were the next iteration after
Power
Mighty
Rangers
Morphin.
Zeo and Power Rangers Turbo.
Yeah. Yes.
And then the Phantom Ranger, who looks maybe like a gray.
He looks more
black.
like a Beetleborg.
He does look like a Beetleborg. But those were all the ones that Rita Repulsa turned into toys, and everyone had to save. But, like, I feel like they should have at least lost one. What about the early ones? That's how they should have killed Zach.
You wanted Zach to die?
Not Zach. No, I'm sorry, not Zach. Tommy. That's how Tommy should have died. It should have been like that he was on it for the longest. And then he couldn't come back because the energy was sucked out of him.
That would have been a lot sadder. I mean, all things considering how he passed away in real life, his actor.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't kill him off.
Do you want him to stay alive in the show and just never have his helmet off?
That's a really good question.
Get a stunt double with long
Get
hair.
like a stump double.
Only ever
or
see
like
him
a body
from far
double.
away.
Yeah,
turning his head or waving. To people.
Maybe do a storyline where he retires. He retires from being any sort of Power Ranger.
Yes,
you know.
We see a wedding and then
goes off into the sunset. Yeah,
Train going to be like a monk. Or
let
something.
him fuck off somewhere. You know, and then just keep his spirit alive.
I think that would be a good idea to let Tommy's just live indefinitely in the Power Rangers universe, because I think that when you think about the Power Rangers and after they finished, or at least there's that first original Power Rangers, he was the one that had been consistently I feel like a few of them, like Zach and Billy, you would see them and stuff, but Tommy was really, really in.
Tommy was in several different iterations of the Power Rangers. He was. I think he was in Turbo. I think he showed up as the Platinum Ranger. He was a Red Ranger, a White Ranger, a Green Ranger, a Platinum Ranger. In later seasons, he was basically the greatest Power Ranger.
Yeah, he was. So him being able to live on in the series when he's not here with us now, I think that would be a great honor.
Hello there, Madeline Talk So Much. We're just reviewing the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers once and always.
It's Morphin time.
It's Morphin time. But yeah, I believe that Tommy should be written off the show in a respectful way.
Yes.
They ultimately, this was a bit of a tribute to both Trini and Tommy.
It was.
At the end of this.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, we are very knowledgeable in our Power Rangers lore.
I feel like, when you were being a little kid in the 90s, Power Rangers was...
It was
that
a phenomenon.
girl. I remember we used to just sit there and watch it. We all had our Ranger that we were. Yeah, and we had the little Morphin Power Ranger, the little one of the badges. Yeah, and they opened up, and there was the little pterodactyl or whatever inside.
Did you used to collect the McDonald's when the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie came out?
Did you used to collect much as I could.
Those toys?
As much as I could. I mean, my parents did not take us to McDonald's that much.
I look back on it now, and it's actually horrible how much my mom would take us to McDonald's. She's a single mother feeding her family of 2. And it makes sense that she would just get a Happy Meal for me and my sister. It was great for me because I would collect those toys. Yeah. And the only downside is those toys didn't connect. Yeah. They never connected.
I did want that to happen. No,
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Well, those are both classics.
Those are both classics. Batman Beyond and Hey Arnold are definite classics.
Yeah, because you couldn't be a kid on the day off of school or during the summertime and not be watching those. But we had a well-rounded, we had the Power Rangers kicking butt, telling us to be good citizens.
Yeah.
We had Batman facing darkness and facing down bad guys.
And we had Hey Arnold solving everybody's problems in the neighborhood.
Exactly.
Like, literally everybody. Not just all the kids, but he was...
Stoop kid doesn't leave a stoop.
Yeah, Stoop Kid, Pigeon Man. You know what? This is slowly turning into... just a nostalgia.
It's
episode.
hard to not
it's
be nostalgia
because Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is such a quintessential part of our childhood.
That's a key part. If there's a few things that I think about as a kid that I really like, obsessed over, and Power Rangers was one of them, because it was one. They were fighting and moving their body, and I was always trying to kick something and jump around, and it just like you were being active. It was fun. The storylines were good. We had the drama. We had the love. It was just like these people, these kids are doing the damn thing, and I love it. And I loved how for the reunion that Zach, the Black Ranger, who, of course, as a little girl, I was in love with.
Yes. You know what? And he still is kind of handsome.
He's always been handsome.
As an just the actor playing
he's
Zach
always been handsome.
Is handsome. And he's aging well, I would say.
I mean, black don't crack.
Black don't crack.
He's like, and the thing about Zach, like, even though, of course, he was corny, looking back at those things, he's still, like, having a black man on TV that was, like, cute, he was fun, he was doing the damn thing, like, that was to me
dance kung fu, basically.
He's every time, even in this
just call it capoeira.
Just call
I'm doing practicing capoeira.
Hip-hop keto.
Hip-hop keto is what he called it.
You're doing capoeira.
That's all it is.
The black Brazilian art form that was brought over by our ancestors, because dancing and kung fu and martial arts are very connected.
They're tied together.
The African diaspora.
Yes.
But I mean, he did the thing. He came out as a leader to me in once and always. You see that he's a congressman.
Yeah, so this is my only gripe with that. Like, they kept mentioning that he was a congressman, but he was never, like, wearing any sort of, like...
Well, because when...
insignia or suit to show that he either is or was a congressman.
Because when Trini dies and he takes over as Mihn's
the guardian, okay, so
he stops being a congressman.
So then how is he making money? To afford
I don't
California
know.
House is what I'm saying.
He might be.
Listen,
he could have been a badass congressman. Hey, listen, this is my view.
I'm not saying he can't be a badass congressman.
This is my view of him as a congressman. He has a pair of clean Air Forces or Jordans. He wears Nike tracksuits.
He really does.
He has he has his suits for when he's being like at events but he wants to be one of the people.
Yeah, he's okay. I can actually see that as a man of the people.
Exactly, he's a man of the people,
and he's still a Power Ranger. Like
exactly.
After all, you know,
you can't have a suit. You can't change from a suit to your Ranger suit.
What I love about this is that it continues to establish that, like, okay, the initial Power Rangers were teenagers with attitude, right?
Me too, Madeline. Me too. I'm gonna have pink hair with freaking pink booty braids, and I'm gonna be looking like I'm gonna have braids down to my booty.
Oh, okay.
And I
thought that was a type of
fucking
braid.
Powerpuff Girl.
Okay, yeah.
My favorite aesthetic. So I am with you.
I think you two would actually get along. Not actually, like, that's surprising to me. Like, no, like, I think if y'all met up in person, like, y'all would be cool with each other.
Of course we can, because Madeline talks too much, and so do I. We can
so
be...
should and you.
So do I. We could be on the same ticket, and we'll make this world a much more interesting, fun, unique
much better
place.
I am down with that.
A Power Ranger vibe platform. If we ran as Power Rangers... Could you imagine how many millennials we would get by ourselves? Not even millennials.
Oh, you better believe
everyone from the millennial generation and below. Everyone's going to be
Can I be on the ticket, but I'm dressed as Alpha?
Yes, you can be Alpha. Do you know how pissed I was during the original Power Rangers when they introduced that robot? Because I just owned...
What do you mean you were pissed?
Well, there was a second robot after Zordon, and there was the original, like, Alpha, but there was another robot they introduced.
Yes, I do remember. There was, like, wasn't he, like, smaller?
Mm-hmm.
It was like a smaller robot. I'm blanking on
I don't
the
remember
other
his
name,
but I never liked change. Of course, I don't like change. I feel like I want my characters that I loved, and then they would bring in these new people, and I'd be like, what the fuck? Who is this? I eventually, just like in Barney, when they brought in BJ
and
I'd be like,
Betty Bop.
who are these people? Where are the original? No, Baby Bop. Baby Bop was always there.
Baby Bop
it was BJ that was the new kid, and I was like, what is this? I don't...
And you're not slick, by the way, of doing, like, because, like, Barney was purple, his stomach was green, and his toes were yellow. Baby Bop was green, her stomach was yellow, and her toes were purple, and then BJ, or whatever the fuck that dinosaur's name was, yellow, and his stomach was purple, and, you know...
And who decided to name this?
It's not slick. You're not slick, producers of the Barney...
I watched a Barney documentary, and did you know that the Barney, it was made for a mom?
I watched it with you.
Oh, we did watch it. Yes, I forgot that. Yes, when I was in North Carolina.
We watched the same
we watched
thing.
it together.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how much drama was behind Barney. Please go and watch that Barney documentary.
It's on Peacock.
You will find out so many things you didn't realize were going on.
Yeah.
But they should have never named him BJ. That was a terrible name. They knew what they were doing.
They knew that
they knew what they were doing. They just wanted to make the parents laugh.
Because it was the 90s. I don't think they knew what they were doing.
I feel like they do. I feel like they just wanted to make the parents laugh, so every time they had to watch Barney over and over again, they could be like, BJ.
Well, yeah, if they could change Pac-Man's name from Puckman, then I think they knew what they were doing.
They did.
Yeah.
But back to Power Rangers.
Back to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and our love for the Once and Always special.
I thought that they did a great job of tying everyone's story together.
Yes.
Now I do. Oh, I was gonna say that I wanted Billy. I wish that we would have gotten like
confirmation that Billy was gay on the show.
Yes, but I am glad that we did get a gay interracial couple, of course. Because they could never put just a black gay couple. They always have to be.
And he was a silver fox.
Yeah, but listen, his daddy was looking good. So
looking a lot better than he did. No offense to the dude, but like, look at that dude. Like we have it on right here.
He was looking cute.
I don't know, man.
Where are they?
He's okay. He's okay.
He was a cute pie.
But that silver fox man looks
the silver fox. He was foreign.
He is foreign.
Okay, he was his daddy. He was the silver fox was his daddy.
Yeah.
You know he's at the gym. Did you ever?
I hate to say this, but he reminds me of one of my managers from back when I used to work at Kiwi Energy, like this guy named Greg.
Finding out, we're gonna look in there. We're gonna see Greg was next.
Just like a Ukrainian.
Oh, look at how cute they are running together.
Yeah.
But I will say that this whole Harry Potter flying car situation,
it is a little bit ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. They have this car that Billy created because he's the head of
technology.
What is it? What's the name of the company? Cybernetics or whatever like that.
Yeah, something like that.
He has like a beetle car that flies, and it just very much was giving me Harry Potter. And
I'm surprised it didn't give you Grease vibes.
It was giving me both because it's a little beetle that turns into like a flying car.
It doesn't turn into anything. It just lifts off
the ground to a flying car. But the scene was very much giving me Harry Potter. I feel like they could have just made it its own a little bit more. But
the actress who plays Mihn did a really good job with what she was given.
Yes,
I think.
I would like to see her more things.
I would like to see her continue to like play the role of the Yellow Ranger.
I'm glad,
in like maybe a revival or like in the whatever the next season of the Power Rangers are. Like,
well, I did read on was it Screen Collider that they are thinking CBR.com.
Mm-hmm.
They said that the original Power Rangers might return for another movie. Which is good because
I would love that. Because this special was...
It was good.
It was a good special.
I think this is the type of thing they should do. One, don't give me a whole series.
Yeah.
Once every few years, give me a new movie, have the original cast, let them get their bag, introduce to maybe another new castmate, start this new legacy they can continue on.
Yes.
But hopefully they'll be able to get Amy Jo, because the reason why the Yellow Ranger, she was yellow, right?
No, she was pink.
Pink, sorry. The reason why she wasn't in this one was because she said on Twitter, it wasn't that she said no to the role. She said no to what she was offered. So I'm telling you, I'll pay my bitch, Amy Jo, so she can be back
Stop
on
being
here.
funny with the money.
Bitch better have her money, okay? Y'all are making enough. You got this whole Netflix special. You know people are going to watch it. You're going to get bank. Stop playing games.
Come on, fucking Bandai. Like,
I was about to ask you who makes it.
I'm not sure if it's still Bandai, but it was initially Bandai. So like,
I just feel like women
run that money, make that. Y'all are making hand over fist when it comes to these Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yes.
Y'all are getting so much money from the toys and from the Megazords that are like action figures that collect together to actually make the Megazord.
Loving Power Rangers.
Yes, kids still love Power Rangers.
Still love it.
Yeah.
So it's like you're not going to lose.
SpongeBob, but it still does well in the kid demographic.
They have so many shows. If Power Rangers wouldn't have still be on 30 years later.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if Disney owned Power Rangers now.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Just because, like, I think at one point it was on Disney DX. So, like,
is Disney DX still a thing?
No, it's not.
Because I feel like
it folded into the Disney Channel.
Disney DX was like, because they had the Disney
They had Disney Channel.
Disney Channel. They had the preschool Disney.
They had preschool. Is it called preschool?
No, it was called like.
They had Toon Disney at one point.
Toon Disney,
which was for all the cartoons,
and I loved that.
Yeah.
And then Disney XD.
Disney XD, yeah.
Yeah, that was for like tweens.
Edgy cartoons.
You're a teenager.
Yeah.
You could watch animated stuff as long as it's edgy.
And Gravity Falls.
Gravity, I fucking love Gravity. We need to rewatch Gravity Falls.
Rewatch Gravity Falls.
I love Gravity Falls, and I'm so sad it didn't get the. I feel like it should have gotten more seasons.
No, I think it lasted the perfect amount of time. Like what, 3 seasons?
Yeah, but I just loved it. I mean, they did say they wanted to go out on top. But I loved it so much. I feel like it was like, because I started watching Gravity Falls.
It never felt rushed. It was a good world building story. And it only, you know what it is? It only took place over the course of a summertime.
Yes.
Unlike Phineas and Ferb, which supposedly took place over the course of a summertime and it lasted for 9 years and it's still coming, and it's coming back for a reboot.
They're having a movie.
They're having a reboot.
I fucking love Phineas and Ferb.
And I do love Phineas and Ferb. I'm not throwing shade at Phineas and Ferb because I love the music.
And they're oblivious ass mom.
Dance, sit down to the chair, back over her chair.
I love Phineas and Ferb. My theory is that the mom always knew.
Yeah, I think the mom always knew.
She was just gaslighting his older sister.
I'm pretty sure gaslighting the teenage daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Abusive parents.
All these parents in these shows are like not great parents.
Oh my goodness! Back to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers once and always special.
So Mihn, she's decided she's gonna be her mom. She's gonna be the new Yellow Ranger. She's going on this quest. She's trying to be the best that she can be.
She's doing it for revenge initially.
But for revenge. And Zach tells her that's not the power. You can't morph because that's not what being a Power Ranger is all about. Yeah. It's about being like selfless and showing love and having desire to create change, not revenge.
Yeah.
So she's thinking about all of this, and of course the Power Rangers are fighting Rita Repulsa, and she gets herself involved like a stupid teenager because they don't listen.
Yeah, she gets herself involved several times. Like
now,
she tries to fight them and transform into a Power Ranger.
And it didn't work.
At Angel Grove.
Embarrassed herself.
Looking like a chump. She did it again when Snizzard and the Minotaur were trapped, and she
embarrassed
herself, looking like a dummy again. The third time she finally does it after sacrificing herself
to save Billy.
Billy.
And thankfully, right as like Rita Repulsa tries to shoot Billy with like a death ray, she jumps in front of him, but she's holding the little what do you call it? I don't know.
The morpher.
The morpher.
Yeah.
And it activates in her as she sacrifices herself.
It
so
shows that she's truly worthy now.
She's
completed her character.
And now she's a ranger. So she survives. Then they all I'm a pterodactyl. Sloth.
It's
rhinoceros.
All right. All right. It's Tyrannosaurus, woolly mammoth, saber-toothed tiger, pterodactyl, and mastodon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they get together. They're killing the putties left and right. And just now she's the new Trini, which is a very great because she said earlier in the movie, I'm her legacy, and now she's showing improvement.
She's following her mother's footsteps, which is a perfect encapsulation of the spirit of the Power Rangers in this movie. How would you rate this? Or the special, I would say. It's not a movie because it's only 50 minutes.
Yeah, this is a movie for kids.
Yeah,
this is your attention span.
Are you kidding me? Of course, it's for kids.
My
only note is that they didn't do the full on old school combining of all of the Megazords.
Yeah, I
want to
see that.
Megazord. I feel like they sort of flashed.
We only
did that real quick,
because they were oh look, we're coming together, but it was towards the end, but you don't see them
I mean,
going
it's always been towards the end, which I've obviously
but you used to be able to
as a
see
kid.
it.
Yeah,
you would see them coming together,
and they would play the song "Go Go Power Rangers." Now, go Power Rangers. Now, go Power Rangers. You mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I always loved that he would say "you" in the song,
so you can feel it's you,
as if he wanted to say
he's talking to me,
motherfuckers. Oh, okay. Actually, they do show it. I guess I just missed it.
Oh, I missed this 100%.
Yeah, saber-tooth tiger. Yeah,
and they're always flying out of fucking volcanoes.
Well, okay, that's where they're housed. This is essentially Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is just our generation's version of Voltron.
Yes.
That's all it is. Okay, yeah. See, now we get to see them combined.
I just remember, was it the second movie when they go to that cave or something in Africa or Asia, and they
it's a jungle.
They're in the jungle, and they're just these are the ancient Power Rangers.
No, I think that's the...
Not the second movie?
First movie.
That's the first one, okay.
That's the very first movie, because that was the ooze guy.
Ooze! Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Someone's coming along, gonna bust your bubble. Uh-oh.
Okay.
We gotta watch the first Power Rangers.
We do. I'm gonna find out where it's streaming
because that soundtrack. That's when they still had Black as Fuck soundtracks.
Yes, they did.
That was when your soundtracks were Peebo Bryson or
Peebo Bryson.
Vanessa
Williams.
I hope
he's doing okay.
I hope he's alive. Let me look it up.
Yeah, please look it up. I hope.
Because the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers first.
You are remembered on the Black and Snerdy podcast.
You are my lady. That's him, right?
Yes, I believe that is him.
Everything I need.
I can show you the world.
Yes.
He was on all of the Disney soundtracks.
He was. We need him to come back for the Little Mermaid soundtrack if he's still alive.
Well, I mean...
He's 72 years. Look at him. He looks good.
Oh, he does look handsome.
Look at you people.
Peebo looks like Timbaland.
He looks good. And maybe we might be cousins because he's from Greenville, South Carolina. You know, my family's from Spartanburg, South Carolina. We might be cousins.
Oh, I thought you meant that, he might be cousins with Timbaland.
I mean, maybe.
He looks like Timbaland.
I hope that he's my cousin. We might. Greenville is very close to South Carolina. It's very close to Spartanburg.
I have nothing to say to this. So
yeah, he's still young. He was only born in 1951.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah, Peebo Bryson, you have just been remembered by the Black and Snerdy podcast.
Giving him his flowers. We need to get him on a Disney soundtrack.
We need to get him on a podcast of some kind.
We do.
I need to get him here.
Him and Tevin Campbell.
Him, oh my God. Yes.
So we can ask him about Powerline.
Okay. So at some point during these Watch Out Wednesdays, are we going to? Is it always going to be new media, or
no? I think we can go back in the
Goofy movie.
Go back to the past.
Yes, like we need to. This is just going to be
the Goofy movie
that we deem Snerdy.
It'll come up because we just watched it again this weekend. Of course, time.
Friend of the show, Sam. Sam Bourne,
friend of the show.
Shout out to you.
And we just have to, because I love all those. I love old movies. I want
Black as fuck movies.
I was gonna say I want us to watch Stargate for the podcast.
Right.
That is a semi-black movie because we do have some black characters. I'm just saying, we just gotta get into it. Let's Stargate.
Said we couldn't try.
Stargate.
We definitely try.
It's just something it builds up. We don't gotta watch the movie.
I've tried so many.
The movie is
for the listeners. I have tried so many times to watch that movie.
Listen, I will tell you
it's not that it's a boring movie. It's just
a lot.
That it's a lot of information going on from a movie that came out in the 90s.
Yes,
and
that's why I like watching the show better.
I end up falling asleep.
The show, I think, to me, is better because I saw the movie obviously ages ago, but the show, I feel like it works. Either way.
How would you rate this special?
I am going to give this a solid 9.
Ooh!
Because of the nostalgia factor that I feel like it has not changed since we originally watched it in 1993. So I'm giving it that, like, it gives me the same feels as what I was getting in 1993.
Yes.
And it tapped into the different, like, backgrounds of the cast members a little bit. Like, I feel like it touched on some more, but it did a little bit. And then now we can, like, build on more. I do want to see more of the original Rangers back in for another movie, another special. So we can just know more about their life. But I think that it did what it needed to do as a Power Rangers movie.
Yes.
And it led on the nostalgia of the 30 plus who were the original ones to watch it.
I'm also gonna give this a 9, mainly because like I've always been saying this, like the only downfall of the Power Rangers is that they don't use their weapons. They finally gave them an opportunity to use the sword, the axe, the twin knives, the bow and arrow, and I forget what the Blue Ranger. Oh yeah, the Blue Ranger had like the staff that had spikes on it. Yeah.
Little trident
He
thing.
impaled. He impaled Rita Repulsa. So that was good.
I think
This is a good movie. I mean, this is a good special. I would say this is a good special.
Listen, I mean, you gotta take when they come out with the movies or shows that are like, we're bringing back something from that you loved as a kid. Like I'm like, I never expect too much, but I think that this did a great job with what it had.
Yes.
And I'm like glad that they got as many people back as they could, and I hope that they get back more. And just pay people what you owe them.
Pay them.
You're not going to lose by paying these people because these folks are the reason why anyone is. No, I wouldn't have watched this movie if you had a bunch of random Turbo Rangers in here. I don't even know who the fuck most of those are. But the original Power Rangers, you best believe I'm going to watch that for something. Yeah. So pay these people their money. Okay? Because without them, none of this would be possible. But, okay, question. What are their names? The two guys that had the juice shop.
No, it's not two guys. It was I think
the bullies.
The bullies didn't own the juice shop. The bullies were just bullies.
But in this, I thought they said that they owned
the
juice shop.
No, not the juice shop. They owned like a sub shop.
Oh, a sub shop.
That's why, like,
are those actors?
Wait, what?
Are those actors not alive?
I think they're still alive.
They just didn't get. I wanted them to get them for the movie. I wanted to see them.
Yeah, I wanted to see them too.
So next movie, I want to see them. I want to see the bullies.
Bulk and Scully.
Yes, because they're not. I feel like by the end of Power Rangers or the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, they were no longer bullies, and they were like, they were
civilians. They aged out of being bullies.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to see that. I wanted to see them. I thought we were gonna get to when we saw their picture.
Yeah.
But that was my only thing. But other than that, y'all did a good job.
Almost a perfect special.
Yes.
And how it ends is really nice. It's a shot of Kimberly singing a song like around the Power Rangers, and they say in tribute to
Trini
and Tommy.
Yeah.
Power Rangers once and always.
Yes. It's beautiful.
And it's moving. It's a
it
moving tribute.
I think that so many of us, even people who had
and shout out to Billy Yost, who plays I'm not sure if it's Billy Yost, but he plays Billy.
Yeah, that's him. Billy.
Is his name actually Billy?
Let me make sure his name is Billy Yost. His last name is Yost.
Is Yost, yes. It is David Yost.
Yes, shout out to David Yost and Walter Jones for holding this franchise on their back.
Yes, they really did a great job.
But also Karen Ashley, I believe she was a Pink Ranger. And just, y'all did it. Y'all did it.
And the Red Ranger. Don't forget
yes, Rocky.
Steve Cardenas.
Yeah, and Catherine Sutherland. I'll shout out to you as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But no, I think that everyone did a great job. It was fun. It was entertaining. It was sweet. It was wholesome. It was a nice, family, friendly.
It made me want to get a juice.
It made you want to get a juice.
Because they're at the juice bar.
They are. I did. The juices did actually look good. I said I would have drank those.
I like the colorful cups.
The cups, right? I like those cups. I would like to have. Those are the type of cups that I would have for summertime and. Like you have your winter glasses and then you have summer glasses, spring glasses. I would like to have those
for sure. Absolutely.
The springtime.
Absolutely.
So, okay, we rated it.
Yep.
What are we going to do next? What's our next thing? We've been debating what we're going to do next.
Well,
there's a few shows that are in
right now. It's a toss up between either Swarm or Beef.
Yes.
I don't necessarily want to watch Beef. Only because
this whole thing with David Cho
kind of ruined it for me. Like
so
I was looking forward to it, but
I want to watch it.
I don't support somebody who's a creep.
I want to watch it
knowingly
and
support
know how annoyed I should be that he fucked up the way he did, and then how annoyed I should be that his co-workers supported him the way they did. I don't know. Maybe we can watch it and just not talk about it.
I'd be okay with just watching it and not talking about it.
But we were expecting to do beef.
Yeah.
But now we got some beef with beef. So.
Yeah, we got beef with beef.
Maybe Swarm. Swarm might be the next one. Swarm is pretty heavy.
The next one.
But, we don't push
Swarm as heavy as
The Last of Us?
Them? Or us?
I don't know. I think it might be on that line. I think it's at that black horror line. Yeah. Them I will never watch again.
Swarm.
I will never watch them again.
That was
terrible. I would never do that again.
But I do support Childish Gambino, so am I not supposed to? You just got very silent.
Oh no, I was thinking if he was involved with some of the other project. No, I mean listen, Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover.
Yes.
He can get himself into hot water because he sometimes says things that are very stupid about black women. Which makes him a difficult person for me to enjoy, seeing as I am a black woman. And so it's not that I don't want to watch the things he creates. It's that I have issue with how I take umbrage with the way he articulates himself around black women.
I would say
and the things that he sometimes pushes on us that are not our own.
I would say that, okay, so that's completely understandable and completely valid. But I would say his viewpoint may be skewed, but at least he's not out here committing atrocities.
True, but I mean, like, I feel like there are so many. He gives me black men who were nerdy in high school, who would have never been interested in me, a fellow black nerd. We're always interested in the very popular girl and or white girl or non-black girl. And the fact that, like, the super black hot cheerleader wasn't interested in them told them, well, see, this is why I don't date black girls, because black girls have a problem with nerdy black guys, when in fact, that's a lie, because there's so many of us nerdy black hotties that were always super into
nerdy
these
black
men, but they wouldn't pay
NBH.
attention to because we weren't like the popular hotties. And so they try to create this narrative that they had to date white women because white women were just so much more understanding of their differences. No, you just wanted to be with a white woman, and that's okay. If that's what you wanted to do, that's fine. But stop trying to push on me that you don't fuck with black women right now because in high school or college or whatever, the black woman that you wanted to date who was unattainable to you is the reason now that you can't be with any other black woman. Because I will tell you, as a super black nerdy girl, regardless of how many of the black men would just overlook me, I have never held a grudge against black men and been like, well, see, I just have to date non-black guys because, black men just can't appreciate a nerdy black girl. No, because that's not true. There are, you can always find a person if you look to the people who you should be actually looking at.
Right.
But that's it.
Okay. Well, if that's it, then that's it. If that's everything, then that's everything.
Everything is everything.
I wonder if the Chimp Empire has secrets.
Elephants. I want to know about the Chimp Empire. Look at this little baby.
Okay. Actually, I might end up watching this either way. Well, I mean, at least for 15 minutes. But that's our review of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers once and always. Thank you for watching and listening to
and watch the show and tell us what you think.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Reach out to us, follow us, and stay tuned until the next time we do the podcast proper this weekend, and then we will do another Watch Out Wednesday next Wednesday. Until then, take it easy.
Thanks for listening to the show. If you'd like to contact the podcast, you can reach us via email at blackandsnerdypodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at Black and Snerdy Podcast, as well as on Twitter at Black and Snerdy. You can find me, Maurice, on all social media under the handle Licorish is Legit. That's LICORISH is legit.
And you can find me on Instagram. It's thatsod, THATSOD.E. And on Twitter, THATSOD_E. And don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe to us. Tune in next time to the Black and Snerdy Podcast, where nerds of a feather flock together.
Remember?
Bye.
Boy.
Not yet.
No, this is keeping it. We're keeping this in. Don't forget to take your meds and your subs and drink water. Bye.
Bye.
I actually want to keep that.
Oh. See you later, alligators.